All right, hi class. We're going to be reading a new story today. It's not one that's from the curriculum, it's just an extra read aloud for you. And it is called The Good Egg. Now, what's fun about this story is that we can read the title of this story. That's a sight word, that's a sight word, and egg. We can read this one, right? There might be some other words in the book that you can read, and I want you to pay close attention as I read them and think, oh, that's a sight word, I know that word, ooh, I can sound that word out. Who knows, might be able to read this book on your own. All right, let's begin with the front cover, the spine, and the back cover. Down here, we have two authors of our story. We have Jory John and Pete Oswald. So think about what these two men, Jory and Pete, what the author of the story does, okay? And the author of the story writes the words. All right, let's begin with The Good Egg. Oh, hello. I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? Because I'm a good egg. A very good egg. It's true. I do all kinds of good things. Like I'll carry your groceries, I'll water your plants, I'll change your tires, I'll paint your house. If you need any help whatsoever, I'm your egg. Now he says he's the good egg, but I don't know because it looks like he might have overfilled these plants. I don't know if this toast seems very happy about how he painted the toast house. I think it looks pretty cool though. I've always been a good egg. It's been this way from the start, even in my earliest days back at the store. There were a dozen of us living together under one recycled roof. There was Meg, there was Peg, and Greg, and Clegg, and Shell, and Shelly, and Sheldon, and Shelby, and Egbert, and Frank, and other Frank. The other 11 eggs weren't on their best behavior. They weren't exactly good. They ignored their bedtime. They only ate sugary cereal. They threw tantrums. They cried for no reason. They broke their stuff on purpose. Meanwhile, I tried to take charge. I tried to fix their bad behavior. I tried to keep the peace because I was the good egg. A very good egg. Nobody seemed to care though. Every night I was exhausted. My head felt scrambled. Then one fateful morning, I noticed some cracks in my shell. They were everywhere. Oh my goodness, look. He looks very worried. My doctor said it was from all the pressure I was putting on myself. The pressure of making sure everybody was as good as me. I was cracking up, literally. Something had to change. I'd had enough. So I guess our friend the good egg is gonna figure out what he can do now to fix the cracks in his shell. I told Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank that I was leaving. I can't be the only good egg in a bad carton, I said. Blah, 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 they replied. I left that night. I wandered from town to town. The hours became days, the days became weeks. I lost track of time. I was alone. Out there on the road under the stars, I really tried to focus on myself and what I needed. So maybe he's now doing a little bit of self-reflecting, which sometimes we know that we need to do. We need to think, what can I do for myself to fix the situation, okay? We talk about that. I took walks. I read books. I floated in the river. I wrote in my journal. I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in, I breathed out. I even started painting. So look, he's doing all of these things to work on himself to help fix his cracks. All of these things that make him happy. For once, I found time for me. And guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. Ooh. I started to feel like myself again. Oh, look at him. He looks like he's like meditating and he's balancing all these maybe heavy rocks on his shell because it's starting to heal up. So I've made a big decision. I'm returning to my old carton and my friends. Besides, I'm kind of lonely out here. This time I know what I need to do. I'll try not to worry so much. I'll be good to my fellow eggs while also being good to myself. Very important. Here we go. Everybody missed me. I missed them too. Looks like they made a little pyramid and it says, welcome home, all of his friends. Hello, Meg. Howdy, Peg. Hey, Greg. Greetings, Clegg. What's up, Shell? Aloha, Shelly. Heyo, Sheldon. Hi, Shelby. Good day, Egbert. What's happening, Frank? Howdy do, other Frank. Sure, every once in a while, somebody's still a little bit bad, but it's not like before. Here's what I realized. The other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. I'm okay with that. Yep, the old carton is back together. We're a solid dozen again. It's good to be home. So that's the end of our story. I like this story because it really kind of teaches you that even though you're good and you want everyone else to do good around you, sometimes it's good to take a step back and maybe think about yourself and make yourself happy and maybe not worry so much about what's going on around you. I know a lot of times we get caught up in that in the classroom and we want to make sure that everyone is doing the right thing and we kind of lose track of ourselves while we're trying to make everyone else happy. So I like this story because it kind of reminds us that it's good to sometimes reflect on ourselves and think about, well, how can I be the best me? Let me take a minute to worry about me and be the best I can be. Which is perfect for right now because you're at home a lot, so you can be thinking about what are things that make me happy. Do I want to go on a walk? Do I want to read a book? Do I want to paint? So maybe share in the comments ways that you are taking time to reflect on yourself and things that you are doing to make you happy and make yourself a good egg. Alrighty, bye class.